All right, we saw an incredibly fascinating clock management blunder that ultimately no one's ever going to talk about because it didn't matter, but I find it interesting and it led to a really big decision by Dan Campbell, so let's talk about it. First, pausing it right here just so we can set the stage. It's a tie game between the Lions and the Packers. There's 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. The Lions are on the outside of field goal range. So what's their goal? Their goal is to get in field goal range and then kill the rest of the clock, right? That's what they want. And they're already kind of in field goal range. So they want to try and kill as much of this clock as possible. But again, keep in mind, there's 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the game clock, and you can kill 4 more of those seconds. So in theory, you could take the snap with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left, and then you can do whatever you want with the play, right? You can throw it, you can run it, whatever you decide is the best option, because an incomplete pass, the clock's going to get stopped anyway. You hit the 2-minute warning. But the Lions instead take the snap with still 4 seconds left on the play clock, and here, when Gibbs steps out of bounds, I'm going to pause it right here, there's still 2 minutes and 1 second left, meaning that you essentially gave the Packers a free first down. You stopped the clock when you totally didn't have to. You could have just waited an extra 2 seconds to run this play. The exact same thing would have happened, except now you're in a situation where the Packers, they have 2 timeouts, but the clock isn't going to be stopped on the next play. Fast forwarding to here, the Packers are now out of timeouts, but the Lions get stopped on 3rd down and inches. It's now going to be 4th down, and there's 1 minute and 22 seconds left. Now, the Lions can kill 40 of those seconds, but if there was already 40 seconds off the game clock, they would be able to essentially run the clock down and kick a field goal as time expires. Now it's 4th down, and they have a decision to make. Do they want to go for it, or do they want to just kick the field goal? What's interesting is we always talk about analytics. What do analytics say that you should do? And they almost always say go for it. Here, that is not what they say. Look, according to the 4th down decision bot on Twitter, you see that there is a strong recommendation to kick the field goal, in fact, which kind of makes sense, right? Kicking a field goal is no guarantee that you succeed, and while saying that you have an 86% chance of making it, still feels a little bit low, in my opinion, so maybe you could argue that it's worth going for it. The reality is there's a very small chance that the Packers, with 30 seconds left and no timeouts, are able to get in field goal range, so it's a big gamble, as if you don't get it, you are now not only going to overtime, but you give the Packers maybe a chance to try and tie the game. They're basically in the exact same situation they would be in if you kick the field goal, except it'd be to win the game instead of tie it. But the Lions are the Lions. They're going to go for it. And as you see, you convert, and that's the one thing. Goff falls down, own offensive lineman steps on him, but still is able to get the ball to Montgomery, who gets the first down. And that's the other thing is, hey, if you trust that you're going to get the first down, well, then that changes the math equation, right? This is done in, using the entire data from the entire league. If you feel like you have a matchup that's better than, an average game, then that changes the math equation. The Lions decide to go for it, and they win the game. So, hey, it all worked out at the end. Still, though, next time, Jared Goff, just take the extra couple seconds. Could have avoided all of this, but hey, it worked out.